Howdy y'all from Arkansas. Hello and welcome to my laundry room. I'm coming to you from my laundry room today because I'm going to share with you my exercise program. But first I'd like to say a couple quick words about my wonderful wreck of a laundry room. This laundry room is the place where all things without a home come to live. And I wanted to explain Box Mountain. These are a bunch of boxes that don't belong to me. I wouldn't keep a big pile of boxes like that except for a lovely lady, a family member, asked us to store these boxes for her. And she's so sweet and she has done so much for us that is the least that we can do is store her some few boxes. And I'm happy to do it. So this big box pile doesn't belong to me, and it's been there for quite some time, and it will probably be there for quite some time. So I'm not moving or anything. It's just that's why the boxes are there. Also, there's a heater, a wall heater, gas heater right there amongst all those boxes, which seems like a terrible fire hazard, and I'm sure it actually is, but it's not as bad as it seems. That wall unit is not in use. If we hooked it up and lit the pilot, it would actually work, but we don't use it. We've been here 3 years and we haven't used it. In this area several years ago, there was a terrible ice storm and the electricity was out for 3 weeks. And this house, like many houses, is all electric when we have central heat and air. So everybody who was all electric during those 3 weeks was in a bad situation. So after that, everybody did something as a backup source of heat. They either got a generator, or they got a wall unit for natural gas, or they put in a wood stove or a fireplace or something. So that heater and that pile of boxes are not as dangerous as they appear. We don't use the heater, and if that was were my items, I would have already went through all the boxes and put them all neatly away, but that's what it is. So today, I'm going to show you what I do on the treadmill. This is my exercise routine for 3 days a week. I do this on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And of course, I'm just going to give you a little quick sample. You wouldn't want to watch me do this. It takes about 45 minutes for me to go through everything I do. And I wind up doing about 2.5 miles on the treadmill. So let's get to it, shall we? This is a little safety device. It's supposed to have a tether on it that you snap to your clothing. And when you put it on here, if you were to slip and fall, the tether would remove it and it would turn the machine off. It is a safety feature and you shouldn't neglect to use it. Although I choose not to use it. I recommend strongly that you follow all the safety features that go with the machine that you use. I move my arms around so much that I knock the tether loose, and the quick stopping motion of the machine when I loosen this little key, when it stops real quick, that's more dangerous for me than, I've never had to actually use that. So just saying, if you're using a treadmill, be sure to use all the safety protocols that your treadmill comes with. So I don't step on the thing when it gets started. I start it, and then once it starts moving, I'll step on it, and I go up to 3.3 miles an hour. 3.3 is a comfortable walking speed for me. I'm rather short. I'm only 5'3", same as our bull. So 3.3 is a brisk walk that gives me good exercise, but I can keep up and it doesn't overexert me too bad. While I'm walking, I always try to remember to keep my hands above my waist. I don't ever want to sling my arms down like this when I'm walking because that causes my hands to swell really bad. I can't get my rings off, it's painful, it lasts for hours, sometimes a whole day or more. Very painful. So I always keep in my mind, keep my hands and arms up above my waist. And once I've warmed up a little bit, grab my trusty weights that I showed you guys in the video yesterday. They're about 1.5 pounds, a little bit more maybe. I cross them in front, I do them at the side. Try to remember to keep them above my waist. I do them like this. So I'll go up and out. Lots of combinations. I try not to do anything that really throws me off my stride that might be dangerous. Just whatever I can think of. And sometimes I'll grip them by the little skinny parts and put them behind here and do them like this. Whew. And boy, this was really hard at first, let me tell you. When I first started doing this, the back of my arms was so sore, y'all. Oh, but that's supposed to be real good for them bingo wings. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, I do all my little exercise with my arms. And then when I've gone about a quarter of a mile walking with the weights, I'll increase speed to 4.4, which is kind of a good jog for me. Okay. And then I jog without the weights for a quarter mile. And I alternate back and forth. I do a quarter mile with the weights walking, and then I do a quarter mile without the weights running. I go back and forth. I think there's about 10 changes. I go back and forth until I've done 2.5 miles. Whew. So, that is my exercise routine on the treadmill. And I thank y'all for joining me today. And I hope to see y'all in the next video. Y'all stay sweet.